Welcome, everyone, to Astra, the Exomarketing Podcast.
Greetings, organic life forms and fellow circuits. Xylo the droid at your service.
And I'm Jessica Kurz. Today, we're going to dive into something really fascinating. It's this intersection between a critical problem cleaning up Earth's orbit and, surprisingly, the marketing side of things.
That's right. Forget the shiny futuristic stuff for a second. We're talking about a very real, very present issue. Space debris, and how smart brands, forward-thinking ones, can actually step up and be part of the solution.
You know, when you look up at night, space seems so clean, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so empty.
It does. That's the common image.
But the reality, especially in low Earth orbit, is getting a bit messy, a bit crowded.
Messy is putting it mildly. The romantic view just doesn't match the facts anymore. It's becoming, well, a junkyard.
A junkyard. Okay, define space debris for us. What are we actually talking about here?
Think of everything we've left behind. Defunct satellites that have stopped working, bits of rockets, those upper stages, fragments that broke off things, maybe during deployment or collisions, even tiny stuff like flecks of paint, metal shards.
Wait, paint flecks? Seriously? How can that be dangerous?
But it's all about speed. These things aren't just floating, they're whipping around the Earth at up to 28,000 kilometers per hour.
28,000.
Exactly. So at that velocity, even something small, say a centimeter across, hits with enormous energy, like a grenade going off.
Wow. That puts it in perspective. So how much of this stuff is actually up there? Do we have numbers?
We do, and they're significant. We're actively tracking over 36,500 objects bigger than 10 centimeters. As of now, 2025.
Okay, bigger things.
But that's just what we can easily track. Estimates suggest maybe 1 million objects between 1 and 10 centimeters.
1 million.
And potentially tens of millions even smaller than that. Too small to track reliably, but still very dangerous.
Tens of millions of tiny bullets flying around. Is there a tipping point? A point where it gets truly out of control?
There's a major concern called the Kessler syndrome. It shatters both objects, creating clouds of new debris.
Right.
Those new pieces then hit other things, creating even more debris. It's a chain reaction, a cascade. And it could become self-sustaining, potentially making certain orbits totally unusable for, well, decades.
But it's not just about space missions, is it? This affects us down here.
Oh, absolutely. Think about how much we rely on space. Our global communications, satellites,
Internet, phones, yeah.
navigation like GPS, crucial for transport, logistics, even finance uses the timing signal.
Right, banking.
Climate monitoring, weather forecast, disaster response, national security, it's all up there. A major debris event could cause massive disruption on Earth. Serious ripple effects.
So this isn't some far-off sci-fi problem. It's a clear and present danger to how our world works. And every launch potentially adds to it.
Precisely. More launches mean more potential debris, either directly from the launch vehicle or from the satellites later on, maybe through collisions or just breaking down. It's compounding, especially in low Earth orbit, which is already crowded.
Okay, so problem established. It's crowded, it's dangerous, it threatens vital systems. But humans are pretty good at solving problems, right? There must be people working on this.
Absolutely. Companies, space agencies, they're all focusing on tracking debris, figuring out how to remove it, and importantly, how to stop making more of it. It's innovation born from necessity.
So who are the big players? Who's actually, trying to build the space vacuum cleaners?
Well, one name you hear a lot is Astroscale out of Japan. Their LSA mission back in 2021 was pretty cool. They tested using magnets to capture a piece of mock debris. They released it, then went back and docked with it again.
Wow, practice runs.
Exactly. And now their ADRSJ satellite, launched in 2024, is doing rendezvous maneuvers with real space junk, getting close, inspecting it. That's a huge step towards actual removal. And they're not just about tech. They're involved in policy, education.
Magnetic capture, rendezvous with junk. Sounds tricky. Anyone else notable?
Definitely. There's ClearSpace, based in Switzerland. They're working with the European Space Agency, ESA.
Okay.
They have a mission planned for, I think, 2026. The goal is to grab a specific large piece of debris, an old rocket adapter.
Grab a how?
With a satellite that has these 4 robotic arms, basically a giant space claw.
A space claw. I like it.
The idea is to grab it securely and then drag it down into the atmosphere to burn up safely.
So active removal is really becoming a thing. What about just keeping track of it all? You mentioned millions of smaller pieces.
Right, tracking is fundamental. Companies like Leo Labs, Exoanalytic Solutions, Slingshot Aerospace, they're building sophisticated networks.
What kind of networks?
Ground-based radar, optical telescopes, often using AI to process all the data. They're creating these incredibly detailed, real-time maps of orbit.
So satellite operators know what's coming.
Exactly. They provide collision warnings, help plan safer routes. Some are even developing ways to figure out who created which piece of debris. Accountability.
Tracking, warning, active removal, a new orbital sanitation sector, like you said.
That's a good way to put it.
And where there's a new sector, there's usually an economic angle, right? Beyond just, saving our satellites.
Absolutely. This isn't just about doing the right thing ethically, though it is that too. There's a real economic case.
How big?
Projections suggest the market for these kinds of orbital services could be over, say, $5 billion a year by 2030. And think about insurance. Satellite insurers are getting nervous. They're starting to demand that new satellites have credible plans for deorbiting themselves at the end of their life.
So it becomes a cost of doing business?
Precisely. Governments are getting involved too. The U.S. Space Force, ESA, they're planning contracts, looking at public-private partnerships for orbital sustainability. Plus, several countries are pushing for zero-debris launch rules, maybe by 2035.
So it's becoming baked into the system. Responsibility isn't optional anymore.
It's the next big systems challenge for the orbital age, really.
Which brings us back to marketing. How can brands connect with this idea of being stewards of space?
It's a powerful story waiting to be told, isn't it? Brands that support this cleanup effort aren't just launching things, they're preserving the environment they operate in.
Like environmental responsibility, but orbital.
Exactly. Imagine maybe a clean orbit certified label for satellites or launch providers who meet high standards for debris mitigation.
That's interesting. A seal of approval.
Or think about a solar power company, right? Their whole brand is about clean energy. What if they sponsored the deorbiting of an old, defunct weather satellite? That's a direct link. Clean Earth, clean space.
I like that. A tangible connection. What other ways could brands get involved?
Well, direct partnerships seem obvious. Just like companies sponsor beach cleanups or reforestation.
Right.
They could back missions by Astroscale or ClearSpace. Maybe co-funding, maybe helping with public awareness campaigns, show they're putting money where their mouth is.
Partnering with the cleanup crew makes sense.
And education is huge. Imagine brands aligning with schools, STEM programs, developing curricula about space debris.
And visually, you could do some powerful things, couldn't you? Showing the clutter, then the solution.
Oh, absolutely. Using simulations, VFX. Show the before the crowded orbits and the after as things get cleaned up. Maybe even use live feeds from deorbit missions when possible.
So if you're a space marketer listening to this, what's the key takeaway? What's the core advice?
I'd say make orbital care part of your brand's DNA. It can't be an afterthought.
Integrate it fully.
Yes, because as space becomes more central to, well, everything, people, customers, investors, everyone will judge brands not just on how far they reach, but on what kind of footprint they leave behind.
That's a really critical point. It's not just exploration and expansion. It's about responsibility.
So the advice is commit for real. Show, don't just tell. Link your terrestrial sustainability efforts to your orbital ones. Champion repair, reuse, responsible disposal. Think circular economy, but for space.
It feels like a shift. The companies that really embrace this, that care for the orbital environment, they're the ones who will really own the future of space, right? Through conservation, not just conquest.
Precisely. Investing in long-term sustainability isn't just risk mitigation. It builds trust. It demonstrates a commitment to humanity's future beyond Earth.
It's really clear that cleaning up our orbital neighborhood, it's not just something we have to do. It's also this powerful story, a narrative that's just waiting to be shaped.
Indeed. For any brand aiming high, looking towards space, showing you're committed to keeping it sustainable, that's a unique message, a very impactful one.
Well, we hope this deep dive has shed some light, not just on the frankly scary challenge of space debris, but also on the really exciting opportunities opening up for innovation and, yes, for responsible marketing in this growing space economy.
If you found this exploration enlightening, maybe even inspiring, please do like and subscribe to Astra, the Exo Marketing Podcast. We'll bring you more insights from the marketing frontier.
And definitely stay tuned for our next transmission.
Astra, marketing that's out of this world.
Astra, marketing that's out of this world.